What's happening, guys? We're back and we're gonna work on the front shock mounts today. Alright guys, we're back and we're gonna do the front shock mounts today, or at least get started on them. One of the side effects of removing the build table out of here though is the only bench I have is my main shop bench, and it is currently covered in other projects. So I need to get rid of some of them. The dash mold's on here. I'll put that somewhere else. I've been working on that kind of in the meantime. I got to make it super smooth because How's That Street Legal has volunteered to cast it out of carbon fiber. So it has to be perfectly smooth when he does that, or else we're going to see all the imperfections. And it's a dash, so I'm going to look at them all the time. The other thing that I have on here right now is the motor out of a shop vac. This is Justin's shop vac and it started making a really bad noise. These shop vac motors have a bushing on the top of them that goes bad, and shop vac's solution is to just sell you another bushing. But it turns out that you can use a skateboard wheel bearing instead. So we're gonna press a skateboard bearing on there, clean this up, and then we can get started on the shock mounts. All right, we got the vacuum cleaner back together. We got the bench all cleared off. We can start actually working on the car. So I threw the control arms on the other night, and the wheel bearings and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to buy a whole bunch of new parts for the front end of this thing. It needs new wheel bearings. I was gonna salvage the calipers, but I only have one caliper bracket and I can't seem to find another one of those. So we might end up going all new on the braking assembly and whatnot, but that's a different video. So we need to mount these guys. We're gonna just build a couple tabs off of the lower control arm, kind of right on the threaded tube for the ball joint. And then a couple brackets off the frame. We're gonna mount the shock a little bit to the back so we can get closer to the hard point here. Also so that we stay out of the way of the steering linkage. But we need to make sure that we leave enough room here for when the tire swings around, it doesn't contact anything. So we'll, I think what we'll do, we'll throw a tire on. I don't have wheel studs, I have wheel studs. I don't have any lug nuts to go onto these wheel studs. They're metric. I'm gonna eventually change them out on the new wheel bearings to the 1/2-20 studs, like the rear end, so that all my lug nuts are the same. But what I think we can do is at least just set a wheel on here and put it up on the stand, and then adjust our car to get the right ride height. And then, yeah, just kind of mock this in here, build some cardboard templates and start cutting. So let's give it a shot. All right, so we got a bit of a problem here. Right there is where I think I want the shock to mount. And we'd build a bracket off the inside of this frame rail to hold the top end. Unfortunately, just on the other side of this frame rail is where our intercooler is gonna mount. And I don't have the bracket back yet to mount that up to make sure that our suspension brackets don't interfere with it. So we can't build the tabs for the top of this guy until we have the intercooler mounted in there and we can see where they go. So we're gonna press pause on this for right now. Hopefully I can get that bracket back. I mean, hopefully I can get it today. But in the meantime, I got some parts in the mail. So let's head over to the bench, unbox those, and show you what I got. So getting a steering wheel to fit in this car was always going to be a bit of a hassle because there's very little room in the cockpit. So I went on and got the smallest NRG steering wheel I could get, also with the shallowest dish so that it's not right up in my chest because the distance from the seat to the dash is pretty small. So we got the smallest steering wheel I could get, and then we got a steering wheel disconnect so we can pull the wheel on and off to get in and out of the car. And then the piece that's really gonna make this possible is this little guy. So this is a short hub adapter kind of thing, but it's just straight line board for a 3/4 inch shaft. So we'll be able to just run a piece of 3/4 inch tubing up, weld this guy on, and then this will go into here, and our steering wheel will mount onto that, and then we don't have a whole bunch of adapters. So our steering system is gonna be completely custom. We're gonna get rid of that Mazda Miata steering shaft and build our own, and hopefully this is gonna make it all possible. So I'm pretty excited to put this on the car, but obviously we can't right now because we don't have a dash, I don't have any steering shaft, I don't have any U-joints. I don't have a lot of the parts, so I'm gonna have to just dream about it. So I'm gonna put this together for some semblance of progress, and then we're gonna have to wait until we get that intercooler bracket so we can continue working on the front suspension. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. And we're back. I got some good news and I got some bad news. Good news, the brackets showed up for the radiator and the intercooler. They look awesome. They're Landon did a great job of bending these up. I gotta do a whole bunch of welding on them. If you remember, our radiator support is actually a 2-piece bracket that gets welded together. So I gotta put that together, and then we can mount the rad and the intercooler in the car. So that's the good news. Bad news, they didn't show up until late on Sunday night. So I don't have any more time this week to work on the car. And then next week, looks like the weather's gonna be good, so I'm probably gonna go out camping. And then the weekend after that, I have another event planned. I don't think I'm gonna be able to take you guys on that one, but so the next couple weeks are gonna be pretty short, but we're gonna try to get some stuff done kind of in the evenings. So I'm gonna have to end the episode there, guys. Sorry, I just don't have any more time this week to put that bracket together and get it in the car. So we're gonna call it an episode. Next week we'll hopefully start welding. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Go check us out on Instagram, Left Foot First Media, and we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.